I see you. First you were in your physical body, and then you kind of came out as the blue transparent round like essence, and you came out through your head up into the sky. That's you. And you're flying somewhere very fast. I'm just following you. And I see you going to Andromeda. And you say that you show up as a girl. I just feel it's like female energy. And I see like crocodiles almost like in uniforms with short snouts. So basically what I see are different houses. Houses are round, spherical. They're transparent. One floor. You don't sleep. You don't eat. You just gather together for protection from some waves, from some cosmic rays and waves, and to accumulate energy. You look like blue-skinned people with big eyes. And it's like body, I can't really tell the difference, boy or girl or whatever, the gender difference. But I just feel that there's no hair either. I just feel that it's like this creative energy is dominant, I would say. It's just kind of like soft energy is dominant, or wise. And there's a father and a mother. Mother looks different. Her head is bigger. It's got like this big forehead, big eyes, small mouth, and you don't talk, you telepathically speak to each other. So it's kind of like a village, but I would say um, in the tropical woods. Well, the flora is interesting because it's like huge leaves sticking out like bushes. Um, there are no real trees, but rather just like huge, it's like huge palm branches with leaves sticking out of the ground type thing, and it's just the whole thing is covered with leaves. It's not grass, it's like little leaves in the shape of a heart or something, and they're like one on top of the other, and just it's like a carpet. I don't see dirt, I don't see anything like this. And it's some gamma Andromeda. That's kind of like the classification, I guess. But then those crocodiles come from Beta Centauri, Hadar, Adar, like they say it like at the end. When they pronounce it, it's very like inner, like like a snake type. They dressed in these uniforms that remind me like Nazi uniforms or something, with golden buttons, and the things on top on the shoulders, and they talk to each other telepathically also. And everybody's scared because they come to take the children. That's what they're trying to do. They're going for the children. They would leave the adults, but they go for the children. And I see like they got like huge cages. Looks like a cage for a tiger or a lion this big. And they're made out of some metal. They just take kids. They take you. They take your brother. And they take kids from other families. There are up to 5 kids in each family. It's just my observation here. The buildings that they live in, get together, and there's no like night and day either. There's always day, but they go in circle, like circle, bigger circle, bigger circle, like this. It has some certain purpose to it. It's a concentration of energy, preservation of energy, or something like this. And they just take you, put you on it's like a big cargo spaceship. It has 4 cylindrical structures connected with each other. Kind of looks huge. And then they put something around your planet also. It's like a ring composed of different segments, and they connect segments like a fence. And it siphons energy, and it's like a symbol that the planet is taken, that it's imprisoned, like a chain in a way. But the chain looks more like a fence would be. It creates like an artificial ring that produces it's like a hologram around this planet, and it almost gives out information into space that it was taken by beings from Beta Centauri. Those are with tall whites. They have this the tall whites have this crazy black eyes. I think they're hybrids of some sort. They're not blue eyes, black, blonde hair, just typical suit, kind of like blue, light blue, silver, shining suit. And they command them what to do. They're serving them. So I'm trying to connect to this one that is in your energy sphere. This one's standing right there. And he said, well, we originally came from Alpha Centauri millions years ago. And I tell you to ask him why and how, and he said, well, because we're supposed to control humans, and we work for ourselves. We work with the tall whites, the hybridized beings, with grays. They're aggressive. They're cold and aggressive and brutal. They take over. They lost something much appreciated, much needed that they had in their DNA, and now they're digging for different star races to get that something back. They lost some abilities. They want them back. And we work for them. When he said Alpha Centauri, I see reptilians there. He's connected to reptilians. And they all, like, when I looked at them, I got the same answer. that they're just here. They like to attach to humans, control them, take their energy, and they control them through making them scared. That's a major tactic. And I asked, like, this crocodile, how did you control her, you? And he said, scary dreams, repeat on repeat, easy to do when the child is little. She wouldn't remember her dreams when she was very little. She would just wake up and cry as a baby, and I would program you for being scared. But she could also see through. She could figure things out because they're a very advanced civilization. No matter what you do to them, their DNA, their light and information shines through. It's hard to suppress. You can suppress for a while. You never know when your very closed bomb is gonna explode. But it did. But we're still trying to control, and we're still siphoning some energy, not as much. Came down by 25% that we used to take. And I'm just asking what happened to the other children. And he said, well, we want to create different species. Those Towites, they want us to give them the best DNA possible. That's why we take over star races, bring them to them. They take them to genetic labs. They test them. They find out the best characteristics and abilities that they can acquire by hybridizing themselves with those races. And that's what they've done with those kids. What they also do, they put, when they grow up, they go through, it's like a breeding program that they would just connect a male and female, and they would produce an offspring. And then there would be something that you can create a very good slave force or an army force that they would use. Or you can trade them, because that's what we use is you use money, we use DNA for trading. Um, you have something on the head. It looks like opened up rose, and it's strange metallic color like bronze, and it's kind of like on top of your head, and it just goes in, but it sticks out. It looks like exactly like if you look at the rose from above, it's got like petals, and it's that whole white standing energy sphere. When you were 5, he inserted it. It says, he says that it's a GPS, it's a control of thoughts, control of emotions, control of decisions.
Is this what I've been like fighting with for the last year and a half?
Yeah, because you're trying to disconnect.
Right,
So they're trying hard to stay connected.
right.
But this thing was on and off activated throughout your life.
Hmm.
It was there since you were 5. Like I see them come at night to you
Yeah.
and just putting the implants in. There's also like an implant which is like a rod here, and then goes down too, like this. And then it starts spinning. It's a weird thing. It looks like a metal, but when they activate it, the metal can spin like a propeller, create this some sort of like anxiety or or fight or run
Fight
kind
or
of
flight.
feel, fight
Right.
or flight, yeah,
Right.
feeling that adrenaline would cause, but it's actually caused by this thing without hormonal production. They don't stimulate that.
Mm-hmm.
um I see some at the bottom, reproductive organs. It looks like I want to say bikini bottoms. I mean, I can't explain this thing. It's just the weirdest thing. It's composed as like if you put metallic dust together,
Mm-hmm.
draw let's say shorts,
Uh-huh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just like stick, and there would be a frame, and then you would stick metallic dust on it. That's kind of like it.
Okay.
So basically, this extreme energy of what we call like sexual energy, or it's actually not, it's misunderstood. This energy, it's the energy of creation and potential and bright ideas and implementing them and going forward, in your full potential. That's kind of like keeping you um not moving much,
Mm-hmm.
so they block that. Let me see on the back. On the back I just see some kind of like dots. It's almost like those things that you put on the board, clipboard,
Oh
just
yeah.
kind of
Push
like
pins.
yeah, like those, like in the spinal cord. Um, but this is for siphoning energy through the. It's kind of a smart thingy. So it takes energy from your major. I can call them centers because it's like chakras,
Mm-hmm.
chakra overlays, and it blows up like a bubble. It's just the craziest thing. Like imagine a little tiny thing, black dot, but then it balloons and it sticks out like from your back. And then they see it when it's filled with energy. They just take it and they like drink it. Like literally, they open their snouts and like, And
Mm-hmm.
so they got energy in their body and they get bigger and stronger. It's like they gain the power and the muscle.
Is it something that I can override?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna take it all out. What you did already, I didn't even tell you anything. You're just looking, your subconscious looking at everything, and you created this blue ball that I saw in the beginning, this
Mm-hmm.
yarn. You expanded that blue ball inside your energy body, and you just like pushed everything out. So I saw those things like puck, 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 all six of them, and they fell out on the floor. And yeah, you carefully took that thing out. It's like too much. You speak too much. You express your feelings too much. You
Yes.
say
Yeah.
too much of everything. And those things are too, it's just too. So it would make you like suppress your own feelings sometimes. Like you feel
Yes.
like people misunderstand you. No point of expressing, but also they can influence you and try to put you into some sort of low vibrational state,
Yeah,
like
like
bring.
eating right now. Like right now, food is like everything, and it never used to be. It's insanely crazy. Like but I need to fast. I feel like I need to
Yeah,
fast and rinse my whole, and it's like this. Oh, I tell you.
hard to, yeah, because they manipulate that. It's kind of, it's imagined. So they siphon the energy from the back, from those two things, and it creates some sort of connection. They connect energetically into like a triangular motion.
Hmm.
And it's also like your eating is connected to, you try to push the rod down with the food, you try to get rid of it,
Hmm.
and so you can feel free there in the throat. So so you took that thingy out. It's like a rose with a stick, the weirdest implant you can ever imagine. And then those rods, you took them out, and those shorts or whatever I mean, just like metallic kind of things, and one was attachment on the hip area.
Mm-hmm.
So I took those out. Just pushing them with the broom to the portal. It's really funny. You created the broom out of your energy. Yeah, push them all out. Well, you created a cage, put all of them together. You kind of like so fast. You don't even, I don't even get to tell you anything. You just like read the information off of me,
Mm-hmm.
and you know already what you want to create by yourself. So you got the same kind of cage that they put you as a child from your planet,
Mm-hmm.
and you put like this tall. It's only one. It's a guy. It's a male energy, tall, white, with black eyes. There, that crocodiles,
Mm-hmm.
snouted crocodile. And then I see a cord with a connection to Alpha Centauri, and those, um, they were like reptilian,
Mm-hmm.
but they're very much, they got some human DNA, some 30 something percent of human in them, like 31.
Mm-hmm.
They got scales though. So you just tell them, okay, well, wait, tell me when is the moment when I actually agreed to be taken. I didn't want to be taken from my family like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, where's my brother? What happened to him?
I was just asking you that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Very, very telepathic. Like I still think that that's my native language, really, and I really believe like I'm going to run into someone pretty soon that's going to be the same.
Yeah. So they say, well, your brother is in South America. I'm just trying. Like Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see him walking in some blue suit, some office work, computer, something. Um, you give him information.
Does he know?
No, he's not aware.
Okay.
He's actually, I feel like he took what they're offering us to take too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, blank, because you drop the information to his screen of the computer, so it could be absorbed through the interface,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. And he's refusing. He's blocking it. He's putting like a screen in between.
Yeah.
So you did that. Well, he the information is going to be around him. If he's ready, he might use it. We don't know yet.
Right.
It feels like I kind of got this feeling that people in Argentina are very much suppressed.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
So what about I just wanted to ask, how long have I been here on Earth? Do you know that? Like
328 incarnations.
nice.
Yeah, fighting.
Yeah.
And you show me like a sword, like in the Star Wars
Yep.
sword,
Yep.
fighting with all of them, with everybody. Was the system, you just like smell it in the air like a dog, something is terribly wrong. That's what you said.
And I feel like is that like in every lifetime? I feel like I haven't really rested. Like at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like they would throw you back and back and back and back into yet another life.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you would not, they would not go, you would not go through this program of, in between lives or anything like this.
Yeah.
Nah, they have another program going on.
Yeah.
It's like they would make sure that you pass in some horrific whatever
Yes.
circumstances, so you would be scared and whoever grabs you and and tells you, I got you, I saved you, and you would just trust, and you would be thrown into another
Mm-hmm.
mother's womb, and just kind of ready to be born again type thing.
Yeah.
um yeah, it's a lot of lives. And they bring you a huge book. You ask them, is it an encyclopedia or something? There's actually two books. The other guy is bringing like that from Alpha Centauri. He's the one who brings the it's kind of like a mustard color type, but kind of made out of seaweed, if it makes any sense. Kind of like fake leather type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one was red. Red was a snake symbol, eating its it's eating its tail.
Yeah.
That's the symbol. The other one has a symbol of this the bird. How do you call that bird in English? It's weird that I've never seen that kind of bird on a book. I should ask them why. But the one that brings supposed to bring babies, and
Oh,
it was the
the
big
pelican, or not the pelican? It's
the other one.
I forgot what they
You,
are.
you understand, right?
Yeah, I know. I know the birds you're talking. I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah, the Book of Births and Rebirths.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's the symbology they use.
Yeah.
And the snake that eats its tail, it's a torment of the wheel of lives.
Oh,
That's
wow.
nice.
Yeah.
So endless, like endless
Yes.
circle of lives. 58 pages, 112 pages.
Well,
You say you don't want to read that stuff. Looks like
it's
they
I
put a
don't even
lot of.
read. I mean, like I know how to read, but I don't even pick up a book to read. Not even
Yeah,
in school.
you're like me. But you say, I don't want to read my destinies, that they
Right.
put the fake ones there.
Right.
So you're just like making this. It looks like a big bowl that they use for some rituals or something. I don't know. You created a big metallic thing and just put two books in there. And yeah, you burn them up in big fire. And
I don't know. I truly believe we actually control our destiny. We can be told, but there's always a free will choice.
yeah.
And I'm extremely stubborn and extremely creative. And I think that I always believe there comes the sun. The light is coming.
Yeah. Because ultimately you feel the power from above that you're
Mhm.
connected to that your higher superpower that doesn't have limits.
Right.
Here you know your limits and it drives you crazy all your life.
Yeah.
You don't like to have those.
No. No, I'm actually I was actually for a long time very homesick. I didn't feel like I belonged here and I didn't feel a connection with my family. And I feel like I've probably felt that over and over and over and over, only to be born again.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's probably why they throw you so quickly, so you kind of don't have time to even, you know,
Mhm.
shake off all this from the previous lives. Because I mean, I see you everywhere, pretty much in Saudi Arabia, in Egypt, in Eastern European countries, everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I and it's funny I've had like, I used to have such desires of traveling and I'm like and it's and I just don't have any desire anymore. I just have none. And I travel everywhere in the United States because I don't have to get on a plane and I don't have to wear a mask. But I love seeing the land and the layout of the land, and I love visiting people. But it's the irony is that I chose to love the people that are my family right now. Although my older brother and I are super super close, like super close.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
it's a weird dynamic here. And I can't, I mean, like I feel like I need to bust through whatever else is like, I don't know what's attached or what's going on, but yeah, it's just a weird deal.
Well, the interesting thing is like your older brother is one of those kids too.
Mm-hmm.
When you said it, like I saw him in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
But you just, it's kind of like a one big village, you know each other. So you're telepathically connected to everyone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you give these kids information. It happens automatically, I'm just saying. So people know whenever you wake up, the all the parts of you, fragments of you that have bodies or avatars, they get the information. All the beings that you've touched or are with in other incarnations and other realities know the information also. So from you
I
spread
wonder
it
if that's why
quickly.
my shop is like it's really busy at the moment, like a beacon. And it is, I can only do so many people at a time, but we literally turn away clients if they don't want to reschedule or whatever.
Mm.
And I have, it's all women. It's a salon, and then I do some tattooing and some permanent makeup there, but it is all women, and all of them are at least semi awake. No shots, no nothing.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, you kind of like I actually see some interesting thing that you're doing. It's ancient Egypt, I think, because I see like you're making out of straw. You bleach the straw bright yellow, you make suns. You make a sun with a face and a very like rays
Hmm.
all around, and on the each end of the ray there's a little bell, and you evoke the you like stimulate the energy of the sun, um and absorb it and pull it onto,
Yeah, the
and
sun and
every
I are very close.
yeah, something like this, just a certain, like you put a lot of thought in everything you do and your own energy, kind of, because you charge it up with it. So I guess probably that's why, because people feel it. And I mean, your informational field is like whoever you touch, even if you talk to people,
Hmm.
you always share information. You just don't see it. It's a constant, it's the interaction energetically that happening all the time with people. So you just absorb everything. So basically, the books are burnt, ashes are there in the bowl. You throw them out in the portal. Um, so you just command those guys to go into the portal also. Well, and they're like kind of jumping in the cage, trying to move it. And you push it into the portal. You just make it big, push it in the cage. Say that they're going back where they belong. So they went back. There's nothing in your energy sphere anymore.
Nice.
And let's see the DNA. So like 78 strands of DNA. They're all like different shades of blue, starting from white down to kind of darkish blue.
Hmm.
You say that it has all the information from all the star systems, from this universe, from every corner of the universe, all the histories in there, and especially Andromedian history, because there's a lot of things going on in different densities and Andromeda and different stars, and so it's all in there.
Hmm.
And you just return your original DNA, get rid of those 15%. They try to You said clip on and you would unclip. I don't know whatever that means that you said. I guess they try to block it.
Mm-hmm.
Blockages, clip-ons, that's what you said. So you took them out. Those are kind of look like scissors without the round that you put in the fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, and they're in DNA. There are 5 of them. I took them out, stirred them out. And it just like started shining like a blue, like a tie-dye thing. It's like stream of light. That's how it looks. I don't see those strands or whatever how they draw. That's not the right correct way to draw it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you got this back to original, and let me see the clones or hybrids. No, they didn't do that. They were just reading your information and getting your information. They did a lot of testing, but they didn't do hybrids. You were in a different group from those other children that ended up having clones and hybrids. So yeah, I see you right now back because you went back. You told everybody that this is like you call them fourth and fifth Reich reptilians are coming. That's what you just said. And you said that we have to form the circles. We have to form the rings of fire, of blue fire. And you like all go into those houses. And I see like the blue beams are shooting off of the roofs of the houses like a concentration. Like through the glass, but it drains from all the family members. It goes into one spot and goes like a blue beam up. And then I see like shoo, 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 like the blue rings are formed and they circle the whole planet. And they come by spaceships, but they cannot land. The spaceships are so weird looking. They almost look like Merkaba, but it's flat.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Merkaba is like round, and
Right.
this one is flat, and on top there's a disc.
Huh.
Just the weirdest spacecrafts they have. And they metallic,
Mm-hmm.
dark metal, gray. They couldn't infiltrate, they couldn't get through, they couldn't open portals or anything. um I'm curious to ask you, let me ask you, I asked you why you couldn't like put a permanent kind of layers of protection,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that we're just too naive. We're too naive. This is eighth dimension. We didn't feel like they could do it to us.
Mm-hmm.
And they absolutely could, because they found a way with technology through the metallic ring that they put around the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you undid this, basically changed the timeline there. So they never even installed that metallic ring. They couldn't connect it. Yeah, you got all this. You just burned up all the chakras, basically. I mean, it's like rings of energy, kind of layers. I see them, and you just become all blue, kind of blue, 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 light blue inside, and just blue aura outside.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything else. So you gave the information to everybody, everything. So it's done. Did everything. So you can ask questions or whatever you want to look at. You know.
So I feel like Like I always feel like it's not going to be, someone that saves people on this planet. I feel like it's going to be people that saves people. People that, wake up, people that wake up others. I also feel like people that have certain abilities. I believe that people have abilities, even to blanket like energy that lifts the veil. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like if like the shop that I have, and I didn't notice it till like probably last year sometime, but so the shop I have, I feel like us as these females, we have this ability to literally, like, my whole shop is like unveiling. I feel like if I could just, like, right now in my mind's eye, I see it as a beam, like a light, like like a light, like the one in Hocus Pocus when they undid something and this blue beam shot out through the house and up through the sky. And I feel like there are places like that. But I feel like
Mhm.
if, more people from wherever they're from with their abilities can also help lift the veil without, you know what I mean? Like even in a peaceful, so more people could wake up. I'm not for sure how it's going to work. I just feel like we're going to have a bigger part in it than people want to see. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I
Just
feel like
people are programmed.
dependency is a problem here. And
Right.
that's how I got here is because, we depended on people or beings or whoever not to be horrible, but they they indeed are. So,
Yeah.
but they're not, it still doesn't override, it doesn't over, like, I don't believe like it overrides me at all. I believe like I've had a lot of things happen. There was a lot of things attached, and there was a lot of association with knowing that something's not right. But, I mean, that's why you're the person you are. That's why you have the gifts you do. And then mine are like, I don't even know what to say. Like I really connect with Wonder Woman. I have no idea why, but I really connect with her. And I feel so much for all of my I love men, I do, but I don't want to say, and I feel, and I'm gonna say it, that they're very secondary from where I would come from. Because um because women, I believe the female just is always going to be in protective mode, and they're not going to, there's not consequences for them. There's just protection of child and family. And
Right.
so that's, it's just how it is. I don't know how else to put it. So where I stand right now and any questions I have right now, yeah, I'd really like to know why this freaking I'm on this sugar kick right now, because it's kicking my ass. But other than that, I just feel like it's going to pretty much dissipate here pretty soon, and I'm going to be back on track again about, just feeling better, and I feel fine. I'm like, what is my problem, literally? And yeah, you were right on, as a kid having bad dreams. Everything changed at 5 years old for me, but it was just one of those things. It was just like I knew my dreams were real. I knew a lot of stuff was real, but uh,
Right.
it's just, yeah, it's just crazy. I just don't. I feel like, other times I'm walking through my day and I'm like, wow, this isn't even real right now. Like this, literally, that isn't real. The scene I was in was not real, and so I.
Yeah. Well, they start spinning that thing when they used to, when you had that implant, right? They would
Hmm.
spin it, and you would be like, oh, yeah, I want something to calm down. How do you calm down when you're anxious or something's propelling and you don't understand what's going on? You just kind of eat high calorie or whatever,
Hmm.
something sweet, kind of that's what calms everybody. That's what they give, babies too when they're
Yeah.
whatever crying. So basically, say self-soothing kind of
Hmm.
a way. Mm, it's intuitive. It's at that level, but you did clean everything with the hose and all this your energy bodies and kind of funny all this your inventions. You got this. Um,
I like that creative side of myself. I do.
yeah, you too. Yeah.
Like MacGyver.
Yeah. And you also say there's like beautiful flowers on your planet that they can be used for different things. They absorb the energy of the essence of the planet,
Hmm.
and they are like little energy towers sticking up from the ground.
Mm.
So, but you also say that when you smell the flowers, you feel the power, you absorb it, and you don't. That's why you don't eat there.
Hmm.
And for you, it's like coming here. It's a weird thing, but you kind of like got into it too much.
Yeah.
That's another thing that, oh, you can taste stuff, you know, because
Yeah, I
there's
feel like
no
that. I
food,
feel like,
no.
what am I, like, what a nut. Like, and I feel like that exactly what you just said. Like I feel like my time here is not very much longer. So literally my subconscious is going, "Oh my God, you got to have more of this stuff because seriously, you'll never taste it again." Which is crazy because like I've thought for years, and this is gonna sound funny. I'm like, why do we poop? This is barbaric. And I would be like, even like, why do we drive? I've never seen anything so barbaric. Like living in this day and age with cars and going to the bathroom. I'm like, toilets are gross. I mean, just in my mind, I'm like, since when do we do all this stuff? Like, why do we do this? And, it occurred to me that I don't know if we just didn't need the food and whatever, but I'm like, why would I even think that that is barbaric? I'm like, it's not like I'm shitting in a field, in a cornfield, but I literally was like, this is such a barbaric way of living. Like, not that I'm snobby. I just think even the driving, I'm like, all that way, all I should have to do is think about it and then be there. I shouldn't have to drive. I shouldn't have to
Mm,
wipe my ass. I shouldn't, and then I'm still eating. It's like ridiculous.
yeah, well, because you remember clearly the life there and the difference. I don't drive either. I
Yeah.
don't trust this piece of metal either. But yeah, that kind of comes. I mean, those are good questions because the body that they created for us is made to, so our focus of attention should be more on the body and taking care of it. And it's not easy to take care of it, especially when they put so much stuff in the air, water, and food and everywhere else, you know.
Yes. Yep.
So I mean, that kind of like constant destruction from your own power, from concentration of your energy into manifestation of something, breaking their system rather than using the bathroom all the time, you know.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I do.
you know,
I do look forward to and this is a thing for me. I'm more like challenge accepted. Someone's going down, it's probably not going to be me.
yeah, I feel the power in you. I'm like you too. It's like the warrior inside or something,
Yes.
yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, so wow. That was pretty insightful.
Yeah. Your brother took the information and gave him a blue book.
Oh,
And you said, like, hopefully he'll read my book.
okay. Well, I mean, I don't, I'm probably obviously not holding out much hope because I didn't I mean, I really I it's I didn't really think about other people getting rounded up and coming. I really felt like the places I've been totally against my will, completely against my will. But this one here, I felt like, like coming, I don't know, to Earth. I felt like it was something I maybe wanted to do or whatever. I probably would have struggled to be here for this fight. And because that's how I feel like it is. It's like a inner war. So, and but it's really crazy the people that I'm very close to. I have my best friend. We were born on the same day. She's PM, I'm AM, and we're on like December the 13th. And our parents were best friends. And we've been close, God, since we were little. And then like I said, my older brother, I have brothers, I don't have any sisters.
Mm.
Very, very close with my brothers, more with my older than my younger. He's more ego driven, and my older brother is not at all. He's very very, very in touch with the, as masculine as he is, also feminine. And it's an amazing, amazing, he's an amazing human being. But, um, so like if there's something that happens to him, I will call his wife and she'll be like, that creeps me out that you guys know this about each other. But that's how close we are. So, and that goes with Kelly too. I actually feel like when someone's name comes into my mind, that they're thinking about me in some way and I will call them.
Yeah, well, that's because you're telepathic, because that's what you have, this big sticking out foreheads, and you scan, you're telepathically connected. It's almost like a hive mind, but it's not. But
Mhm.
you keep in touch with everybody from your system,
Yeah.
So those are your characteristics. I mean, even this body filter cannot really suppress all of them, and they know it, and they know that we're ticking bomb in their hands, and the
Mhm.
bomb is going to explode and wake up and explode someday, but they still take a chance because we're so precious to them. Even if they can use us for a little bit, it's still worth it for them.
Really? My God.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because otherwise I mean, they're obviously just a breed of nothing. So all the
Yeah.
something that they have is from us, no?
Right. Yeah, they reversed. They put everything upside down. They
Right.
wanted us to believe, hey, we're so powerful and big and we're controlling you, and you have to bow to our God or whatever, we created for you, and made up all this fake systems like religion and all that.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Exactly.
well, in fact, they're bowing to us. They're saying, oh my, your DNA is so precious. You don't even know. Well,
Right.
we wanted you not to know, so.
Yeah, that was a really, really big thing. I mean, from birth, you're taught, that you live and then you die this tiny life. And I've always thought, I'm not a hamster on a wheel. Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Like literally, I felt like maybe I was too important to be here because this is a shithole. And I was just like, why am I here? Okay. And then I thought, oh, there is some reason why I'm here. And I felt like, bringing light to other people's lives is really important to me. It's important to me that they feel good about themselves. It's important to me that that they realize that nobody has the ability to take from them that which they are not willing to give up. Nobody can take that unless they're willing to give it up. So it's always been my thing in life, and through that, now here's the funny part. So, well, to me it's funny anyway. So I would complain about people that were in abusive relationships. So then I was in an abusive relationship. I would complain about certain things and then I would be in those positions. And I felt like I was so fast tracked in this lifetime to feel compassion and empathy for everybody that I had to be through everything from like child molestation when I was young, me and my brothers. And it was crazy because I don't look at it and think, oh, they ruined my life. I look at it like I never have to walk in that person's shoes, forgive them, I move on. But all these experiences, every one of them, no matter what, divorced parents, but then they got back together, crazy shit. Mom overdosing. I mean, it's just crazy shit. The stuff that I've seen in this one lifetime is enough to make one person throw up. I mean, it's really crazy.
Mm,
So, but all of it has been such a beautiful learning curve. And all of it would not have made me care so much. I mean, it would have taken away from my caring so much about this species here. And I can't I just losing one is devastating for me. And so I really feel like this whole fast track that I've been through and seen and been on has been like, while it's the worst field trip I've ever been on, has been the most important as a caring, loving soul. The most important. Because I feel like that was actually what they took away from me at 5, to not care.
yeah.
So after going through it all, it wasn't until later on in life, of course, that I realized, what anyone's done, there is no hate for anybody. I don't even care what they are. I don't care, who they've killed, murdered, maimed, whatever. That's literally on them. That is never my baggage to carry and never my luggage that's going in my closet. So, it's got to be this way for people, and this is all I've done my whole life actually. I don't I My side gig is my business. bringing light into people's lives, that's my deal.
Yeah. Well, because you understood everything through your experience, and you also there was also the initially you always knew, you somehow remembered. It's the same thing, some people go through experience they cannot remember, and others clearly remember at some point. How do they do it? I mean, that's kind of like the strengths of your own soul, you
Yeah.
know. So it depends.
Yeah.
You're very strong-willed. I mean, you've had lives and lives on Andromeda and different, not only this one, but from that one that took you, because it's usually, your subconscious wanted to show that one, because the other lives you were perfectly fine. Nobody influenced you in any way possible. You were probably helping with knowledge to, giving it to Earth one way or the other.
Right.
Every time you go into trance and look at the person, and it's you see different part of the side of the crystal, which is that person. Maybe in some other life you came to Earth voluntarily for a
Hmm.
few lives here and there to help spread information, come back. That happens too.
Okay.
So I mean, it depends, but this one, it had to be fixed.
Yeah,
That's
this
why,
was a
you
special kind of
saw it.
fix.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
special.
But yeah, those reptilians, those are the ones who also, raped you in the astral, to taking your astral bodies out. I
Hmm.
mean, those Alpha Centauri ones, that's what they do. They just
Yeah.
love doing it to kids. I see it over and over again all the time.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but it's all over, But you gain this experience, and you'll never be in this situation again. You'll never be taken to any prison planet again.
Right.
And you're right about people helping people, because people always look for some aliens to come. We are the aliens. We're
We
just
are.
in human bodies,
Yes, we are.
you know.
Indeed. Indeed. I can think, and all I can, what I feel is that when the smoke settles, it's going to be very painful for many beings.
Yeah.
Painful. Painful. Yeah.
Just
So,
to know the truth and to
right.
finally take responsibility on yourself.
And it is about taking responsibility.
Right, and it's hard to do.
Yes.
That's why most people would close their eyes and just do what others do
Yep.
without thinking. Or a lot of people, I notice a lot of people say, I don't want to look at this information because I'm afraid
Mm-hmm.
that, it would point at something I made a mistake about, or something like this, what I
I'm
mean?
like, I tell people, I'm like, you suffer from peer pressure at this age? Really? Really? And then it blows me away. I'm like, because you're an example to your children. So I'm not for sure which way to look at this point.
Well, it depends, some people, some souls are young, some
Yes.
souls are very, like, I've seen young stars being taken,
Wow.
and
Wow.
incarnated on Earth, and they don't know anything. They're like children
Yeah, that's
in adult bodies. They just follow the crowd.
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is. And it is peer pressure, but then, it is through just even this tiny little lifetime, this little lifespan that we have today right now. So it is rough. And like I said, it's another thing, I don't have to walk in someone else's shoes. So I do find that it's easier for me to understand, even though I do have the thought, okay, so you have to think, and I've always gone by this, love is a selfless act. So either you love yourself or you love your children. And I don't know, the children are so important, and it's not because it's because they just are. They need to be. They're the only ones that can't defend themselves. Now I get that there's new souls that come here, but when you grow and you're an adult, everybody knows in the back of their mind, in their subconscious somewhere, what is right and what is wrong. Because when they do the wrong thing, they feel it within themselves, and I feel it. I feel it with them. So, someone has to do like the grown up or adulting at some point, and I don't care what planet you're from. You just, And even if you don't want to own up to it, that's the ease into dishonesty for the rest of your, whatever earthly bound here is not that easy. So, I don't understand why people just don't. That's my thing, is I just don't understand people, I guess. A lot of them.
Yeah, it's
But it's
hard to
not for me to
understand because they all come from different origin, different upbringing. It's two things. It's conscious and subconscious, and a lot of conscious and subconscious are not don't have connection,
right.
or the
People need to
connection
care
is
about themselves
broken or
so much
muted.
more. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. They're
So
not
that
taught.
that's what happens, unfortunately. But
Yeah. That's okay. We have a lot of work to do.
yeah, for sure. Well, and if you don't have any questions, I don't know.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna disconnect. You don't want to look at anybody or anything like this. So just
Anybody.
that
You know what? Maybe. Like anybody. Uh,
I mean, you gave the information to all of your,
right.
brothers and family members already.
Yeah. Yep. You know what? No, I think I'm good for now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Disconnecting them. You were showing me some big, huge, they look like mantis, but they're not mantis. They're actually ants,
Mm-hmm.
ant beings that would come to your planet a lot, demanding some things. And you would tell them, and you were in one of those incarnations on Andromeda.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a different star. You were fighting with them, so you're a fighter also. Because I was thinking, like, I feel like you're a fighter. Where is that fighting? And that's you're like showing me. They're big and little black eyes and like heads are like this, kind of like pear shape,
Mm-hmm.
like whitish grayish type. So yeah. Okay, well, should I turn off the recording?